Hey guys, we're just getting ready to make a quick overclocking video using the Ryzen Master software. Just a quick warning before we start this, I gotta do it to protect myself. You can damage your machine when you do overclocking, so you do this at your own risk. I am not responsible if you mess up your machine, but I'm just gonna show you how I set up mine, and if you wanna give it a go yourself, you're welcome to, and if not, then maybe you'll enjoy watching. Thanks. Okay, so here we are, we're looking at the stock settings in Ryzen Master, and I'm gonna show you my overclocking settings using Ryzen Master. So you can see the PPT, TDC, and EDC are set here, 180, 180, and 280, and those are what we're gonna change. You just click on Profile 1, and you set those three settings to 300. PPT, TDC, and EDC. You just click in there, click backspace, and set them each to 300, and then you just click Apply, and that's it. Now let's benchmark it. So as you can see here, we're going to do a stock run with Cinebench, and keep an eye on the PPT power settings up in the top middle, where you see we're going to max out at our 180 watts the whole time. Also keep an eye on the temps on the top left. We're never going to exceed about 48 degrees Celsius, which is very, very safe. We can afford to go way up on that. So the final score is 3128, which is pretty standard for this stock hardware setup, and now we're going to see what happens when we go up. Hey guys, so here we are. We're going to run the ADA stability test now. This is another benchmark, and this runs the CPU real hard. You can see I just ran it, and I can't always run it with Camtasia running, so now that I got Camtasia running, I'm going to run it again, but I can tell you that my temps were 69 into 70 about. And now I'm starting it here, and I want to show you, take a look at the temp. So AMD rates this chip to run at safely at 68 degrees. It doesn't really want you running higher than that. And as you can see, we're running right about 69 degrees, and this is with the 300s across the board at the overclocking settings that I just showed you. So that is safe as far as I'm concerned. I'm not worried about burning out my chip or anything. This is what I call a safe overclocking, where I'm running air cooling, I'm running an air cooling solution, and at this point I feel like I'm not going to burn out my chip. I'm getting a little, maybe a 5 or 10% performance increase over stock, nothing crazy, but at the same time I don't have to worry about frying this thing, Ryzen, if I'm running it hard for a while. So, you know, this is basically where we're at. So I don't think I'm going to push it any higher, personally. Than the 300 across the board here. You can see the voltages, you can see the core speeds, you can see the temps, and like I said, I'm recording video while I'm stressing the chip at 100%, and the temps are remaining pretty safe. So there you go. I mean, this is pretty much what I would consider to be a safe overclock. So obviously I can't run it for 9 hours here, so I just wanted to give you an idea of, you know, what we were running on a hard stress test while recording video with the settings set like this. And you know, you can experiment yourself, but basically this is where we're at, and I'm gonna stop the test now, and maybe we'll try another Cinebench benchmark. Hey guys, so after some more testing and playing around with things, and without Camtasia running, I actually ran a 3458. I actually just ran it 4 times in a row. Never exceeded 68 degrees Celsius, which is, you know, the recommended top temp for the chip from AMD. And that actually beat when I had all of the cores locked at 4.1 gigahertz, and I saw insane temps. So here we are with still the cores at 3.5 with just raising these 3 values, and I almost hit when I had the cores locked at 4.2. So let's give it one more shot. I don't know if it'll work with Camtasia running, but let's just give it one more run and see if we can hit another 3458. See, there's the temps. So not quite 68, which is fine, all within the limits. And there we go, another 3458. That's like my 5th 3458 in a row. So almost literally what I ran when I had all the cores locked at 4.2. So that's a pretty good argument for not locking the cores at 4.2, at least with air cooling, because the temps there were insane when I was running these tests. You know, I was getting into the 80s and 90s, and yet here, with even with Camtasia running, still at 3458. So that's pretty damn good, and I even beat it when I had the cores locked at 4.1. So, and that's a decent performance improvement over the 3100s, basically. You know, it's about a good 10%, or maybe even a little bit more. So, you know, it's just a fairly relatively safe way, I think, to get a little bit performance out of this chip without going crazy, without taking big temperature risks or risking instability, and still just using their software, kind of staying within the bounds of reality. You know, the reality is with these chips with the tons and tons of cores like this, you know, cooling is a big challenge, and so is overclocking for that matter. It's not like you know, an Intel 4 core with, you know, a monster cooler on it. It's just a totally different animal. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. Thanks.